Now, as you know, sometimes these Photoshop and Illustrator documents have a lot of layers and elements in them. And sometimes you get designers that are really nice and neat and tidy and organized, and they group things and color code them and they label all of their elements, and it makes it nice and easy to find things. And other times the documents are quite simply a hot mess, and you have a whole truckload of layers and elements and items to look through. And oftentimes it can be frustrating and hard to find what you need. So I wanted to show a quick way to make that a little easier in both Illustrator and Photoshop. If you're in Illustrator, with the Move tool selected, you can click on an item and then come down to the bottom of the Layers panel and look for the little magnifying glass. It says Locate Object when you hover over it and click it. And what that will do is jump you directly to the item in the layer, and you'll see the little colored square that indicates it's selected. So instead of you having to scroll through and try and decipher, or if you were to click on a shape and then jump through yourself and try and scroll up and down until you see it and not overshoot it, all you need to do is click on the item and then come down and hit the magnifying glass to locate the object. Another way to do it is to select the item and then come up to the little fly out wheel in the layers panel, and you can click on it and locate object is also selected there. So that does help a bit. It would still be nice if designers labeled and organized their files better, but in the interim, this helps with finding your elements. So let's jump over to Photoshop and I can show you how to do it over there. Now this particular file actually is labeled very nicely. It's color coded and divided into sections, and if you click into them, you'll see there's subfolders for the items, and you click in further and they're at least named, so at least you can get the ballpark. But there's also a similar feature if you want to do this like you did in Illustrator. So with the Move tool selected, you come up to the options bar and you can turn on auto select and make sure it's set to layer. And then when you click on an item, it will immediately open that group if it's in one and jump right to that item. So let me try this one over here. So it'll jump to here. And that makes it pretty quick and easy to find something. The only problem with this method, for me anyway, is that sometimes I forget to turn auto select on and off. And then I end up inadvertently selecting and moving something, which kind of drives me crazy. So what I do instead is I turn auto select off, and then whenever I want to select an object, I just hold down the control key first, and then I'll click on an item and it jumps right to it. And I much prefer this on-demand way to do it so that I don't have to worry about forgetting to leave auto select on and off.